Alright, I'm Craig with the Bickums on YouTube. I am going to be making a little waffle wreath, which is the thin pancake wreath out of a Dollar Tree frame for my sister. My sister asked me if I would make her a Valentine's wreath. This is the sign that we're going to be using right here. So this is a cute little sign that we do have in stock here. This is just an 8-inch metal sign, very lightweight, super cute. We're going to go with these ribbons for her. She has the screen door or the storm door, so she needed a thin wreath. We chose this pretty pink, white, and red foil mesh for her, and I haven't made up my mind yet, y'all. I haven't made up my mind if I want to put the red tubing or the pink tubing. I don't know yet. We're going to wait and see how it starts to turn out and see. Alright, we got a lot to do, so let's get started, y'all. I'm going to cut. I got a lot of mesh to cut, but we're going to put on our chenille stems first. Alright, it takes 12 of these chenille stems to go on one of these Dollar Tree frames. Let's cut this old nasty tag off first. Get rid of that. Let me get the garbage. I need the little garbage, y'all. The garbage. I take the chenille stems, just a regular. Just pick whatever color, something that kind of coordinates. You got these rings, the little support little bars that are through. We go on the inside by each one with a chenille stem, and then in between on the outside. So it doesn't matter where you start, just kind of fold between them. And I like to kind of keep them the same length. So you got to go, in order to fold right, you got to go a little bit longer on the one that you're going down to. So just about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch longer. And then I come down to the inner ring before I twist. And then just get them on like that. And you just go around and get all 12 of these on. Just take your time. Like I said, all this is supposed to be fun when you're doing this, y'all. Supposed to be fun. Supposed to be relaxing. That one didn't come out right. I didn't pull the wrong side, y'all. Supposed to be relaxing and enjoyable, you know, hobby or whatever you want to call it. This is our little business, though. So we do have a business here, a warehouse at our house. And it is Small Town Wreath Shop. Our YouTube page, everybody knows, is with the Bickums. So thank y'all for coming and watching today. I hope y'all get some value out of this video. I don't like that one either, y'all. I don't like it. I like to have them stay fairly close to the same length. So just make sure you kind of adjust that when you need to. Twist it up kind of tight, sort of kind of stay in place. But that's what they're going to look like. You have the 2 by each bar and the 1 in the middle all the way around. So we're going to get those on and we will be right back, y'all. Alright, we got the form done with the 12 chenille stems. Everything's in place where we need it to put our mesh on. So we can set that out of the way. This is the mesh that we're going to be using, y'all. We've got to cut these at 15 inches. This is a very pretty pink, red, and white. This can be used for multiple. You can use this for Christmas if you have the candy themed Christmas, if that's what you like. You can absolutely do that. I'm going to stick it the other way. We have a mesh roller here, y'all, that works super good. From Susie's Wreaths and Things. It's just a triple mesh holder. I need my rotary tool. We're going to be just cutting it with our regular rotary tool, y'all. Don't cut your phalanges. This one here is kind of crooked, you know, it's not straight, so I'm going to pick me a line here. And I'm going to try to make it as straight as I can. So just kind of cut some of that end off. Throw that away. And since I'm not going to go all the way to the end so I can stay in the frame, I'm just going to start it to 10 and we're going to cut it to 25. And we need 12 of these to fill up the whole wreath form. So I'm going to cut all 12 of these, and we'll start putting them on in just a few minutes. Alright, so we're ready to put the mesh on. We've got everything cut at 15 inches. So all we're going to do with these, let me set this thing over here. You see how they roll up? They want to roll up like that. In this specific type wreath, the waffle wreath or pancake style wreath, you unfold it and you scrunch down the middle opposite. You go the opposite way. But you just pick your line and you just start using your fingers and you just start pulling it to you right down the middle. And it's gonna make like a to me it looks kind of like a bow tie or a butterfly, whatever you want to call it, you know. But we're gonna make them round, or as round as we can get them. We do the outside rim first. So just kind of go, you know, put it in there. Take your chenille stem and pull it kind of tight. Now it's good to keep that mesh tight between your fingers. You don't need to twist it a bunch, just a couple twists. And you can see kind of how it looks right there. We want to make it even more round, so you fold it over each other. Pull it out of there if you have to. Make sure you do stay in the middle so you can slide them around if you need to. But let it overlap and just kind of fold everything in. It's not going to stay together perfect. I can tell I need a little bit more this way. Just get it as close as you can. This is what makes these wreaths flat. But once you get them full with everything, they're still very pretty wreaths. They are. I've made some really pretty all seasons of these wreaths, and they sell really good for us. So you can check them out. You can go to our smalltownwreathshop.com website and go to our finished wreaths in the menu, and it will take you to our Etsy page where most of our wreaths are. We also sell product. We do sell the products, the wreath forms, mesh, ribbon, signs. We got a ton of signs, a ton. So y'all check that out and make sure y'all share, invite somebody, let somebody know. That's how we grow, y'all. Word of mouth. Word of mouth is how everybody grows. It's always good to kind of, you know, spread the word. And we hope y'all enjoy our videos for sure. And you see how that one wants to kind of cup up? You just got to keep pulling on it, and you want it to cup down. That way it stays flatter. We call ours a waffle wreath because ours never come out as flat as a pancake style wreath, and they're thick and fluffy, more like a waffle. That's how that came about, which actually on one of our first lives, or after we'd been doing live for about 2 or 3 months, my wife kind of had a breakdown on a live. Started crying, and people were telling her that's not how you make a pancake wreath. And I told her, don't worry about it. That's not, ours is not a flat like a pancake. Ours is fluffy like a waffle. And the waffle wreath name stuck. So we stayed with it. So we call ours the waffle wreath, which has turned out to be a pretty cute thing. Alright, so that's how that's going to look. We're going to get the rest of them on, and we'll be right back. Alright, so we've got all of our outer mesh on, so you can kind of see how it's starting to come together. Now we're going to cut our ribbon tails at 13 inches, and this is the ribbons that I chose to use. My wife's over here cutting them. This is one that we're going to use, and she's cutting the heart. It's a white, and we still here with y'all. still here. Lord, I am surprised. Look how many people we got watching today.
Ooh, I can't see that.
290.
Wow, that's awesome.
290 watching. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming to hang out with us. We enjoy going live. That's why we go live so much on Facebook. Thank you for that. Thank you for whatever you just gave. Y'all have gave 10 of the TikTok thing. What? Get it. Go.
You can go ahead and start putting them on.
I'm not on YouTube yet. Wow. Sister, you all right over there? Huh? You playing?
Say I'm playing.
You're playing? The baby's playing over there. Y'all heard her. She's found her voice, y'all. She's found her voice, and she will melt your heart, y'all. She will melt your heart. I don't care how tough you are. She will melt your heart. She's a sweetie pie. She knows we're talking about her. So, all right, since she's going to cut, we're going to get back to putting on, y'all. I hear you over there. I hear you, hon. All right. All right, y'all. So we got the ribbon tails on all the way around the outer rim. So now we're going to put the mesh on the inner rim. So we got to start filling it up. But you can see it's looking pretty already, y'all. Looking pretty, 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 pretty. I'm liking these colors. Liking these colors, y'all. So we're going to scrunch up just like we did the other ones. And we've got the 6 more to do on the top. So these are a little more aggravating to do to me because you already have stuff covering up. You're fixing to start moving things around trying to get in there to them ties. So I just grab the inner tie, put it through, and find that outer tie and pull it through. And pull it tight. Pull it tight down in there. Give it a few 2 or 3 twists, and then make your circle. And do the same thing. You want it to lay flat. I'm going to lay all these outside ones down. They'll start getting in your way. So just kind of put them out there. And just fold it under. You just take like a flower. Fold it under so it lays as flat as it can. That's the whole goal of this, is trying to keep this wreath really flat. And you just do the 6. The 6 on the top. Lord, what my granddaughter got going on over there, y'all. I don't know. She's something else. When she's almost 9 months old, when she found her voice, she just likes to talk and scream and let you know that she's there. For sure. Be careful when you're doing these inner ones, because you will miss. Look for your ties, because you'll miss them. I did that multiple times, then had to go back and fill it in. So like I said, push it down in there, make sure you pull it and get it all the way tight. 2 or 3 twists, let them overlap. You can pull if you need to. Just kind of pull where you need it to make it lay. It takes a little bit of work, but it's not too hard. Alright, so we're going to get the rest of these done and we'll be back. Alright, y'all. So we got the rest of the mesh on the inner ring. So we got the 6 pieces put on. We've got the rest of the ribbon tails to do, but first we're going to put our sign on. This particular sign it's really lightweight, y'all. It's just a metal sign. It says Happy Valentine's Day. It's got 2 holes in it at the bottom and top. I'm going to add 2 more holes because I like to tie it on with 4 chenille stems. We're going to use white. We use a 1.5 and a 1.8 millimeter jewelry punch that you can buy from Hobby Lobby. These are very easy to put holes in. So I just going to go, these are north and south holes. I'm going to go east and west. So just get straight across. I put the little point thing on the top and go through. So just kind of pick your little place you want to go through. Make sure you move in just a little bit, maybe 1/8 of an inch, and just pop your little hole. And then pull it out and twist around. And we're going to do the opposite side. And now we've got our holes that we can take our chenille stem. I come in through the bottom and I come up about 1 inch or so. You got plenty. Inch, inch and a half, and then fold it over tight and then just start twisting. And twist it up nice and neat, y'all. Take your time and let that thing kind of twist where it stays. It doesn't look all balled up. It still looks straight. And it still makes kind of like a, you know, it just looks straight. And now it's connected. And we're going to put all 4 of those on. That's how we connect the signs. We have used the cable mount ties that stick on, the 3M cable mount ties. Down here, the humidity is so bad. Now we glue them on. We used rapid fuse glue, then we put hot glue around them, and sometimes we've still had some of them come free and let go. So this is what we like to do. This has worked really well for us. I mean, at some point with the humidity, this chenille stem will rust, but I can replace them real quick. You know, if something breaks, cut it off and put another one. And try to use, like I said, I'm just using white. You're not going to see much of this anyway, since it had some white on the sign. Alright, so we've got the chenille stems on, almost. And now I'm just going to kind of pick out which way I want it to go. I try to make it as easy on me, you know, tying. That one is going to fall by it, so I'm going to kind of stay below them. But I think that's what I'm going to do right there. And I use a yarn needle. It's a little plastic yarn needle from Hobby Lobby. These are not, you know, the big thick wreaths with a lot of mesh. It works really good if you can't find a hole. These I just go straight through the mesh because you just about have to. So you just stay right underneath it. You want to go between the inner ring and the next one up, and just pull it down through. I don't want to put a kink in it. And you want to try to keep it in the center. And then I kind of just push down a little bit so that mesh will spring it back up, and then you just start wrapping. You just kind of, now the sign's gonna be like that for now, but you just start going around that metal, that inner ring, and you can do it. You got plenty of chenille stems, so you can do it about 5-6 times. It don't matter. You just don't want the sign to move. I only wrap around these metal frames at first, then I leave it long, and when I come back, when I get everything done, I go back and I tie them, because I don't want them to come off. I don't want them to move around. That's just me. So just make sure you get your sign where you want it, and make sure it's tied on there good. You don't want it to flop around. Flops around, it just doesn't look good. But don't mash it. Don't just squish it so far down in there, y'all. Just kind of, because you're not going to see much of that. All this is just to get covered up with all those tails. So that's pretty good. We're going to do the same thing. I'm between the inner ring and the next ring up. That works best for me. So that's just what I do. And you just go between it. Keep pulling, kind of like sewing, I guess, except with no needle. Do it 5, 6, 8 times, whatever you want. Do every one of them, all 4. This one I'm going to stay below this tie because we still got to tie some things in. But make sure it comes out between those rings on that frame. Alright, so we're going to finish tying this thing on, and we'll be right back. Alright, we got the sign tied or wrapped on. Now we're going to tie it. So now we just go under again, and we leave that loop. We leave that rest of that chenille stem with a loop, go in it, and pull it. Do it again. Do it at least 2 times. That makes the knot. You're just tying it in a knot. That's all it takes, is just 2 times to do it. Go right through that loop once, and twice, and then just pull it. And then we're going to cut all of that extra off, but you just go right underneath. Yeah, let's do it over here. Do it on the side where it's at. Go underneath, back through the loop, pull it. It's kind of odd for me doing it up against me like that. I like to do it away from me. So just go underneath that wire or that frame, come back through the loop of the chenille stem, and then just pull. You're just making a half hitch. That's all you're doing. I couldn't grab a hold to it. And it wants to knock. Ugh. Come here. Alright, so now everything's knotted on. You can just take your scissors and just cut them off so they're not so long. And we're going to fold them so we can get all of that, get all of them out. And we're just going to fold the little pieces over so it doesn't poke anybody. Just like so. Move that to the garbage. Alright, so now we got our sign on. I don't need that no more. And now we got the rest of our ribbon tails that we've got to get on. Like so. So we're going to do the same thing. You're going to take the rest of your ribbon tails and you're going to scrunch them through the middle. Taking my glasses off. Whew. And we're going to be putting these in this top row of chenille stems. If it looks like you wrap too many times, because you want this thing to go down in there, just unwrap a couple times and then wrap back up. It doesn't take a whole lot because you're still going to put some tubing, some mesh tubing in, which you've got plenty. We'll probably put mesh tubing in every one of them. I don't do that all the time, but I think I'm going to on this one. Just put them in, get them tied. Now you can decide whether or not we're going to open them. Like usually this is what I do on the top. Like say the heart one comes up toward the sign and the little cross stitch one goes down. The other side you do opposite. Cross stitch goes up and hearts kind of go down a little bit. Now I guess I should have did it before I put them on. So kind of get them done before you start putting all of them on. Now this one we're going to do opposite. We're just going to work our way around and do opposite every time. And it just kind of puts, where you see a little bit of every color up and down, up and down. And just work your way around until you get all your tails on. Now if you're just doing this and you're not doing it for video purposes and you're doing it at home making it, you can kind of get everything done. Get all your mesh cut, get all your ribbon cut, have all of that ready when you start putting it together. And that way, you don't have to, everything's there for you ready to go. Now this is all wired ribbon, so you can make this ribbon go wherever you want it to go. You just have to pull on it, yank on it, and get it to stay where you want it to. Get it to lay like the look like you like. And when you get it, once you get it hung up, you can, you always, when you get your wreaths in the mail, y'all, when you order from somebody, you want to fluff it. You want to fluff the bows. You want to fluff the ribbon tails. You want to make it look pretty. Somebody took the time to make it for you, put a little bit of stuff in it you purchased it from. So just remember to try to, you want it to look the best you can on your door. You want to show it off. That's what you got it for. So make it look good. Make it look good, y'all. I know all the creators and stuff, and send a picture. Send a picture, take a picture of it on your door, send it to us. You know, we like to see that. We like to see that you're happy. We like to see that our customers are happy. That makes us happy. Alright, so we about got these done, y'all. So let me get these finished up, and then we'll be right back, and we'll move on to the next step. Alright, so we got all the mesh, all the ribbon tails, and the sign in, nestled right there in the middle, nice and pretty. Looks really good. So now I got to decide whether we're going to do pink or red mesh. Red, pink. I actually kind of like the red for some reason, y'all. I think let's look. This one here is a little different. No, that's a little too dark. I think we're going to go with the red. If I had more of this pink, I would do more. But I think since I have plenty of red, we're going to go with the red tubing. You know, we got all the red hearts. It's still got a lot of pink in it. Anyway, this is just some Dollar Tree tubing. That's all that is. The mesh tubing. We make little ears, little loops. I do 4 loops. This thing will get hung up on everything. Let's see here. I'm gonna have to get some. Let me get some slack going, y'all. It'll be everywhere. You might as well just throw this stuff on the floor and just take off. So we got some there, and we got some here. All right. So all I do is I just make some loops. I usually do the inner loops a little bit smaller than I do the outer loops. And we just keep folding them. So we got 2 there. I do 4, 2 on each side. And then you just cut it off. Just try to keep your loops about the same size. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're not building a watch, we're building a wreath. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Put it right in on top of them last ribbon tails that we put. Give them a couple, 2 or 3, 4 twists. Make sure that they're going to make a circle around that sign. And just keep putting them on until you got all of them on. So we're going to be doing 12 of these. You're going to do the 6 on the top and the 6 on the bottom. We're going to get them on just like so. It just gives it that little bit of extra pop of color right there around the sign. Nothing, you know, it's nothing fancy, but it's just a little more, that little bit of a bling. And this stuff is really cheap, y'all. 3, 4. One more. And just make sure you twist it back around. We're going to cut all that off. Cut all that excess off. Alright. We're going to continue putting everything on, and we'll be right back when we got it all on. Alright, y'all. So we got everything on. Make sure all your tubing and everything's laying like you want it. We're going to take our pliers. We're going to take our wire cutters. Now that we got everything tied, and we're going to go back and we're going to clip all these chenille stems off. We don't want all that trash hanging up and where you can see it and all that good kind of jive. So just cut everything off. Cut all them little pieces off. Every time you cut them off, go back and just fold that little point of that little wire. Just fold it over one way or the other, so it doesn't poke you, doesn't poke somebody, doesn't poke your customer that purchases it. Let's get these outer ones real quick. Super simple wreath, y'all. Super fun. You can do this project with kids. They will absolutely love it. It may take them a little longer to do it, But I mean, a little older kids, you get on up, you know, 10 years and above, and I think that they could really enjoy it. And y'all, they could make some extra money. You know, they could actually sell them and make them some spending money. You know, just saying. You know? So get all these cut, get everything folded under. I got, looks like one more here. And just go back around and do the same thing. Fold them down. You're going to be working with them tails. The more you move it, the more the tails is going to get all bent up and so on and so forth. So I'm trying to make sure that we're still in the middle. Everything. This one here just looks a little out of whack. I need to fold it a little bit more. There you go. There you go. Wires got me, y'all. Let it lay good. Got a little straggler. If you have any frays or anything, y'all, just go back and trim them up. And that is it. Work on your tails. Get everything laying like you want it. Everything straight. But that is it, y'all. Super, 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 super cute. They still come out full, y'all. They still come out full. All I've got to do now is stick a, well, y'all can't read, I got it upside down. Happy Valentine's Day. I know it's got a glare on it. Looks really good, y'all. My sister's she's gonna like it. So, and you can, I make these in all different seasons. Christmas. I make some really pretty ones for patriotic, for 4th of July. We do some springs. Every season imaginable, we can make it. And that's what we do. So, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and check out the description on, you can find our links in the description below. And I appreciate everybody coming to hang out with me today. And y'all have a blessed day.